Reykjavik, Europe's coolest capital, the small city with a big nightlife, and we're here to explore it.
And Iceland. Don't forget we're going to see the rest of Iceland too, John. This is a country where nature runs wild, where fire and ice meet.
But Nick, how can we not hang out in this exciting, vibrant city?
This place rocks. These people around here, they go out at midnight, they stay awake till 5 AM, party all through the night. This place is perfect for me.
Yeah, and totally the opposite of what I want. We're in Iceland, we should go out, we should see the whole country, we should see the glaciers, the volcanoes, we should see the geysers, we might see whales, we could see the northern lights.
But
why would
raining.
we? Yeah, what's the problem with rain?
I brought the wrong clothes, I haven't even got a rain jacket.
John, it still rains in Reykjavik.
That's true, and I guess the city can wait.
Good man. It took some convincing, but we're off into the wild, heading south of the city. And for what I've got planned, we'll need a full tank. So, while John fills up, I'll explain. Highway 1 runs a circular route the whole way round Iceland, linking the only major towns and taking in a host of natural wonders along the route back to the capital.
And after the lap, there better be enough time to take in some of the famous Reykjavik nightlife?
Maybe.
Well, I hope this weather picks up. Does it always rain this much?
Stop moaning. The locals say if you don't like the weather in Iceland, just wait 15 minutes. This is the almost unpronounceable Eyjafjallajökull volcano, which erupted so spectacularly in 2010, and its huge ash cloud caused disruption for flights all over the world. But today, I can't even see it. What do you think, John?
Can we get back in a car, please? Nick, why would you want to be here when you could be in Reykjavik in a lovely 1950s cafe, pancakes and maple syrup, a hot cup of coffee?
John, history was made here in 2010. This place blew up.
Not much is happening today, is it? We could be in a warm, out the rain.
I think we should carry on down the road. Out the way, chap. Come on, off you go. The rain's easing off for our approach to Skogafoss, and legend has it that Viking treasure is hidden in a cave beneath it. We managed to get pretty close in our CX-5, but not quite close enough to find out.
I'm just glad it had all-wheel drive and we didn't get stuck. Finally, the rain stops and we can actually begin to enjoy the amazing views from inside the car.
John, potted history of Iceland.
Okay.
Could have been discovered by the Romans or maybe some Christian monks. Nobody's too sure. Then it's about another 100 years or so before the Norwegians come over in force, the Vikings. They settled, mostly because they're running away from an evil ruler back home. They had it for quite some time, really, until it was claimed by Norway, and then subsequently by Denmark, and then finally, in 1944, independence. And that's it. Iceland in 20 seconds. As the landscape starts to change from volcanic green slopes to glacial wasteland, John, of course, is getting hungry again, so we'd better pull over.
Wouldn't you, right now, like to have the finest fish and chips of your whole life, freshly caught, straight from the sea, on your plate?
All right, sounds good. Now, I can't quite do that, but I can offer you some bitter fiska, bit of dried fish, local delicacy, full of omega-3. Go on.
That's not quite as bad as I expected.
The visibility is getting worse again, and that's because we're heading towards the Jökulsárlón Glacial Lagoon in its own little microclimate. It's also home to a colony of seals and huge icebergs which carve off the enormous Vatnajökull glacier.
I hate to concede a defeat to Nick, but just look at that. This is not only my favourite thing I've seen in Iceland, but this is one of the best things I've ever seen in my whole life. Huge pieces of glacial ice that have just broken off down the valley there, floating in a small lake, complete with seals, bobbing around, fishing. Never seen anything like it. Great, so that's all the scenery done. Can we head back to Reykjavik now?
No. Look, the sun's about to come out and there are some great roads ahead.
That reminds me, I better tell you about the car. The CX-5 is all new from the ground up and has been developed using Mazda's Skyactiv technology. That means that everything from the chassis to the engine has been created to enhance the driving experience. The clever chaps at Mazda have also made the car far more efficient. So how does that translate? Well, on the road the CX-5 copes with everything Iceland can throw at it, and is fun to drive. It might look like an SUV, but this CX-5 handles more like a sports sedan. The engine just loves to be revved, and it's a diesel.
Okay, Nick, what is this behind us? It's a fumarole, and it is venting an enormous amount of steam, sulphurous gas, and heat. And it's basically what kind of powers the whole of Iceland. Geothermal energy. Should we go? Very interesting. Let's go.
After all these natural wonders, it's a relief to finally find a spot of civilization in
Akureyri.
Whatever he said. Iceland's second biggest city, before we tackle the last leg of our journey.
And now we're on our way back to Reykjavik, where we started. At the rate we're going at the moment, we should be there for around midnight, which is perfect because that is when everybody goes out. So hopefully tonight I will be partying like an Icelander. Unlike this guy.